What's going on, you guys? Mason Ramon here, and welcome to another episode of Kaiju Figure Reviews. Now, this review is going to be on a pretty strong monster, actually. Some people may call him obscure, others may call him popular, but enough of that. Here he is. Black King from Return of Ultraman. This right here is the Spark Doll version of Black King, because this was the only Black King that I could afford at the time. If I were to get the 6-inch Black King or a Figure Arts Black King, if that were to come out, I would get him. Alright, so let's get started. Let's move on to the detail. Now, as you guys can see here, Black King is actually fairly accurate when it comes to detail. You know, he's got ridges going down his chest, his belly, and even under the tail, like so. His arms and legs are actually made out of like a wart. He looks like he has warts on his arms and legs. As you can see here, there's like little wrinkles to make it look like the suit. One thing that's to note is that Black King actually has 3 fingers on each of his hands, when most other Ultra Kaiju has like 4 or 5, but no, Black King has 3. I think these are his paws. I think he has paws instead of hands. Moving up to the face. The face actually looks really nice as well. Very nicely detailed. Some nice fangs. Even the big horn on his head looks really nice too. And these little back areas right here, these are actually his ears. Here's his back. You know, the ridges are kind of smaller compared to the front. You know, he's got 4 spines on his back. The tail, the top of the tail looks really nice. Kind of smooth, but it has some cracks in there. And gold spikes, so which is really nice. Even the feet, they look really nice. They're not detailed under the feet. They just tell you some information about the figure. Alright, moving on to the paint job. The paint job is also very accurate as well. As you can see, Black King is obviously black, because his skin color is black. His horns on his back, his tail, and the big horn on his head is gold. And if you look closely, the fingers are painted gold and the toes are painted gold. But underneath, they're not painted gold, which is a little weird, but that's okay. And the eyes are actually a reddish color, which is actually really nice. White eyes with red pupils. The nasal horn is not colored. I'm not sure if it was colored in the movies or shows, whatever. But, yeah, paint job is actually very nice. Anyway, let's move on to articulation. Seeing how this is a Spark Doll figure, he only has 3. Start off with the arms, of course. Rotate 360, but I gotta be careful because of the way they're posed. So yeah, arms rotate 360. Waist can't move. It's got a glue seal, which looks like it's about to break. And the tail. The tail rotates 360. So yeah, 3 points. See, now this is a Spark Doll version. 6-inch figures have more points for articulation because, you know, the Spark Dolls, their legs can't rotate, which is kind of awkward. Alright, now let's move on to some scaling. Seeing how he only fought 1 official Ultra in the whole franchise, here is Ultraman Jack. Let's take a look here. No, this is very inaccurate. Black King, he was like up to here, or maybe a bit bigger. He was a lot bigger than Ultraman Jack, and yeah, this isn't that good. Alright, let's pull out another Ultra Brother. Here is Ultraman Gaia. Okay, now let's take a look. Again, it's still off. It's pretty bad. Same thing. Black King. Yeah. Now let's pull out someone who was actually Black King's master. Here is Alien Knuckle. Yep, same thing. Black King should be bigger, but this is very inaccurate. Alright, I'll compare him to some monsters. Here is an official monster that Black King did fight in the Ultra Galaxy Legends movie. Here is Gamora. Now, this is actually pretty good in terms of scaling because Gamora, you know, seeing how he's hunched over, was actually a bit shorter than Black King. So, this is actually pretty good. And now I'll pull out, I guess you can say a fan concept. Here he is. Red King. And this is actually pretty nice too. Now here's the thing about Red King and Black King. While Tsuburaya Productions was making the concept for these two, these were actually supposed to be brothers. But the concept was scrapped. And they're not officially brothers. But a lot of fans would consider these guys brothers, or, you know, use them as brothers in their videos. Such as Goji73's Godzilla and His Amazing Friends. In his series, these guys are brothers. If I want to make videos with these guys, I would make these as brothers, because, I mean, look at them. They look cool together, right? Yeah. Alright, enough of that. Now I'll pull this one out for shits and giggles. So here he is. Godzilla. And yeah, this is actually pretty nice too. This is the 2014 Godzilla, and, you know, it's the biggest American Godzilla. I would say this is pretty good. Now you guys are probably wondering, how rare is this guy exactly? Well, here's the thing. The Sparkdoll Black King, he's still pretty common. You can get him on Amazon for like $7, $8, I don't know. Somewhere around there. If you want to get the 6-inch Black King, he's like $20 to $30. If you want to go even rarer for that, well, you'll probably get him like for $50 or $100. What do I mean by rare? Well, there's actually 4 Black King figures that, you know, to my knowledge. Here we have the first mold, which is, you know, completely black with a blue back. The second mold is black with red on his belly and white. The third, which is probably the most common 6-inch figure, you know, all black with a little bit of blue on his belly. And now this guy, the Sparkdoll version. So yeah, with this one, he's still common. So now you guys are probably wondering, what am I going to give this guy as a grade? Well, first of all, I do recommend getting the Sparkdoll Black King if you can't afford the 6-inch one. He's still good for your collection, and if you have other Sparkdoll figures as well. But, overall, this guy's actually pretty good. The detail is very accurate. The paint job's nice. There's a couple minor flaws, but it's minor, you know. Articulation, there's only 3. Pretty basic. Sizing is, with some they're really bad, others are quite good. And rarity is still pretty common. Now, before I give him a grade, I would like to give a shout out to Daikaiju Legends. Daikaiju Legends is a fellow YouTuber who creates Godzilla and Ultraman related videos, and he's currently producing a Zone Fighter series, his own Zone Fighter series. He's on his 2nd season right now, and his work is amazing. Like, when I would watch his current videos, it would feel like I'm watching a movie instead of a YouTube video. I'm serious, that is how good he does his work. I will leave a link to his channel in the description, or a link to one of his videos in the description. So, with that being said, now to give Black King a grade, I will give Black King an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 because, you know, the articulation and half-ass scaling, let's say that. And so that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.